everybody, I've got the top out of the clamps. I let it sit for a day, and now we're going to be working on this and drilling this hole. And I've been saying, I'll tell you later why we're going to drill the hole in that and the top independently of one another, and now is that time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have that, but you have to have a channel for the wires of the toggle switch to go through. Gibson goes straight across into the control cavity like that. I don't do that. My chambering system will kind of interfere with having that across there like that. So I just go straight to where the neck pocket's going to be. And remember, I had this template custom made, but most templates are going to have a neck pocket in there. So you line this up, you know, you get your dashes lined up on there, and let me do that real quick, and then we'll go through the rest of this. I make sure it's exactly on the lines. I don't like the least bit of deviation, so I'm gonna get my Sharpie. I'm gonna mark my neck pocket in here. That's it. All right. So now, you see, and that's done. I get a little straight edge, and I go from there to about the middle of where the pickup's going to be in the neck pocket. There, right there, and I mark this line. Before I glue anything, before I route anything else, my chambering system, this gets routed first. Very important route. And then I lead it through down the center and then into there, but we'll get to that later on. But I route that with a 3/4 inch size bit going through there, and I route it. You really don't have to route it very deep. I route it about 1/2 inch deep. And so now we're going to go through, we're going to drill the hole in this, and then we're going to drill the hole in the top, and we're going to talk about orienting the grain up top. So excuse my mess. Don't have an assistant. Be nice. Don't. So okay, so that is a 13/62 bit I have right there. So I'm going to drill this real quick. And I'm putting the top over here. I'm going to drill that. Anytime you're drilling, always on wood, use a brad point tip. You see that little end right there? Do not drill wood with anything other than drill bits with the brad point. These will drill with is these brad points. That's it. Do not use this type. Don't do it. Mess yourself up. Ask me how I know. Don't really ask me. I don't use a very big drill bit on this part. And that's on purpose. One thing I want to talk to you about is orienting the grain when you're going to put your, I've already marked where I want my top to be, but I wanted to wet this down and enhance some of the grain to show y'all why number one, I choose towards the bottom anyway, if I can, because of certain, you know, I have to get my control cavity plates from this area. This part, I would have chosen down here anyway, because you see it's very good grain. So this washed out section right here, just mildly washed out. Well, I chose this part because that's where the neck pocket and the humbucker is going to be. So it'll get rid of a lot of this washed out area. So you don't have to worry about that. That helps you kind of worry about the grain and the figuring of the wood. So when you're doing it, be smart about it and try to orient it this way. Plan ahead so you can try to minimize any defects in the wood. Which that's not a defect, it just doesn't have the grain and the curl of the other areas. So that's just one of the things to remember when you're doing this. Right here we go. If I was drilling on any other wood that I wanted to keep figured, I would have wood underneath that wood to kind of minimize the tear out that would happen, but it's not a concern right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. So the big reveal, why do we worry about drilling them independently of one another? Because, and some of you are already going to catch on, see what I'm doing here is I'm putting this drill bit through here. And this will help you when you're gluing this. Because when you glue, everything wants to spin and turn and go its own way. So you have this like this, and I just get a screwdriver and punch that all the way through the hole when I'm done. But why I use the same size bit, everything, when I'm drilling through orienting these, because now I can put it through here, and this is not going to slide back and forth when I go to glue it, because when you go to glue this, it's going to want to slide this way, this way, this way, every which way. It's two slick surfaces. You know, the glue's very slick, believe it or not, and so you have it like that. Then you just have to line it up on, because it's already matched up here. So I'm going to cut this around here, and then I have my center. I'll mark my center line going down this way. I'll mark my center line going down this way. So I'll line them both up these ways, and then I can just clamp all around. And I have this to help me just anchor it, and it's just a good pivot point. That's why I do this. That's why I drill them independently. I just don't go down in one fell swoop. It just makes it easier when you go to glue this. And that's just the best way to do it that I have found. And I'm not saying my way is better than anyone else's. I'm not saying someone else's way is worse than mine. I'm just trying to help out and help some people build some guitars. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to cut this out, which I will show me cutting this out, show a little bit of the sawing, and I don't cut out anything on the bottom. Make sure you save your bit in a special spot where you'll remember it if you don't have your bits out there, because this will save you a lot of time and hassle. So have that. I don't cut anything out on the bottom. I'll leave it flat, and then but I do cut the top out on the top. I do cut that out, and I put clamps all around the edges, and then a couple in the center. But you really want them all around the edges, because if you don't, it's going to have a seam showing, and you're not going to be happy. My first guitar, I made that mistake on my first guitar, and was not good. But that's it for now. Hope y'all stay safe, and if you want to subscribe, ask me any questions, anything at all, feel free. It's no problem. It doesn't bother me. I'll be as helpful as I can. Thanks.